Hello Leo, and welcome to your monthly video horoscope for the month of November. If I could point out to you the largest source of stress in your life, would you be willing to take a look at it? Would you be willing to not only take a look at it, but perhaps also willing to completely eradicate this source of stress from your life? Do you have a vested interest in seeing stress continue? Certainly not. So why the reluctance? Dignity. You're afraid that through somehow letting go and approaching things in not such a stressful manner, that you're going to lose face by failing. But someone has to tell you, and that someone might as well be me, regardless of whether or not you hit the off button on this video immediately when I say it. Or who knows, you may even hit the off button before I say it. The main source of stress in your life, whether you want to hear it or not, is yourself. It really is. You're working harder than necessary to attempt to create a deeper degree of security in your life. And somewhere inside of yourself, you know that you're working harder than you really need to as well. But to stop the foolishness that you're involved in would cause you to lose face, or so you fear. But you would not lose face as a result of this. You would only become much more successful by dropping this source of stress. And the source of stress that I'm talking about is mental stress. It's mental worries. You're tying yourself up in knots when you could really much more easily just simplify your approach to a situation. You really could. You need to now simplify rather than complicate matters further. There is a difference behind working hard. There's a difference between working hard with no heart behind your actions and working with passion, doing what you love or loving what you do. The first could be considered slavery, working hard with no enjoyment for what you're doing, whilst the latter, putting your passion behind your work, is an act of love. And from love, we know only good things flow. Set yourself free this month from a tedious task and embrace the labor of love. There are some important dates for you this month that I want to run over. At the beginning of the month, there's a harmonious alignment between your ruler, the Sun, and Pluto. The Sun's in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, and it's forming a harmonious angle to Pluto. This is very powerful. There's a restless drive that you have to create greater security in your life, and it's pushing you and compelling you towards more and more actions. But there's a simpler approach that's available to you if you just do what you love and what you feel passionate about, or find a way of passionately approaching what you're doing rather than mentally being concerned that if you don't work harder or do things this way or that way, that you're going to have a problem on your hands. It really can be much easier than you think. There's a full moon on the 6th in your career house, signifying to me that you need to let go of this stress in order to really shift your career towards the next level, or to shift whatever your passion is towards the next level. On the 10th, Mars conjuncts Pluto in the area of your chart that is involved with the amount of energy that you put behind whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. In this case, it's more related to career. Those are the things that we're talking about. And this is suggesting that if you put your passion behind your work, if you focus on the things that you're passionate about, rather than getting so tangled up in the mental concerns, that you're going to have an easier time with things. Towards the end of the month, we've also got some alignments from your ruler, the Sun, to Jupiter, a tense alignment to Jupiter, and a conjunction with Saturn. The first is saying to me that there are some options that open up to you, but there's a fear of taking advantage of these options because you're afraid of how you might be seen in taking these actions. If you failed, how would you be able to save face in in the face of failure, so to speak. That's probably the best way to put it. Sun conjunct Saturn. There's a slowness, some obstacles that you hit, but through hitting those obstacles, it causes you to take a deeper look and to balance things out. And through doing so, you discover more of your potential. And you recognize that there is a simpler way to approach all of this so that you don't have to get quite as caught up in the dramas which you have been entangling yourself in the past. There really is an easier way to deal with it. If you'd like a little more information on how this month's alignments will impact you personally, I do also offer a vast range of astrological services, which are available through my website, and you can get to that page by clicking the link above. There are person-to-person astrology consultations, which can be conducted via web conference, which is a great way to do it, as I can share your chart with you over the internet, point out the relevant points that are important to the discussion that we're having, and it all gets recorded as a video that you can watch at your convenience. In addition, there are personalized video reports, which are half-hour assessments of me just doing a monologue using the same tool, pointing out key points in your chart in relation to whatever it is you're looking for information on. In addition to that, I also offer written reports, which can be in the form of a one-question report if you're just looking for a quick answer to something, or a more extensive report if there's a more complicated process that you're dealing with. The written reports are great for those of you who are more easily able to integrate the written word over the spoken word. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page yet, you might consider doing so. You'll receive regular updates every time there's a weekly video forecast that's posted, at the new moon and full moon videos every other week, and also your monthly video horoscopes, which are available to you once a month, obviously, in addition to the occasional Vedic astrology class. That's going to do it for your video horoscope for the month of November, Leo. Until next month, please do take very good care of yourself.